To me, heroes are people who win, people who you look up to, people who are strong. Whatever it may be, that is what a hero is. So why is it that when I recently read Tokyo Revengers, the hero never wins a single fight and is a crybaby? Tokyo Revengers is a show where the main character is a hero that always loses. Somehow, someway, he always solves the problem by losing. The show is about time-traveling gangsters that go back in time to change the future, where Takamichi, our main character, has to save everyone from the future that is corrupted by evil. Before we get into it any further, could you please consider clicking the subscribe button, as that would help me greatly. Back to the video. Takamichi is your typical loser adult that really hasn't achieved much in his life, working a bad job that he hates when he remembers his girlfriend Hina on TV. He sees reports of her dying, then forgets about it. After his work, he's about to get on a train when he suddenly gets pushed on a track and dies. This is where the story actually starts. Takamichi is transferred back into the past 12 years ago. His mission? To save Hina. However, he did not know of this the first time, so he was doing whatever he liked. He then came to the realization that he was previously a thug with a blonde pompadour. I really like the contrast between Takamichi's past and future, as they represent him in different times. However, he keeps his future self's personality with him, but when he travels back to the future, his past self returns to the past Takamichi, leading to him seeing different versions of himself. The future Takamichi is a pacifist crybaby that always gets scared when in tough situations. However, when he needs to protect someone, his resolve turns into steel. Whenever Takamichi needs to protect someone, he becomes a hero. No matter if he is so small or can't fight or is playing dumb, his goal still remains, to save people. Throughout the show, he meets many other gang members and builds strong bonds with them by showing them his resolve. This is what leads into him having to save everyone he cares about. He sees amazing character development as he goes from a guy who gets made fun of and a grunt in the Tokyo Manji gang to a founding leader and an idol in the show. Mikey, the leader of the Tokyo Manji gang, introduces him to this tough reality that comes with being a gangster. Not everything will go your way. The comparison between Mikey and Takamichi is night and day. One a strong, gallant leader, and the other a loser. With each fight and battle, Takamichi gains back his strong mind and begins to improve after every fight. At the start, he wanted to be like Draken, the co-founder of the Tokyo Manji gang, when he comes to a self-realization that this will only create a negative image of himself. He now positively looks at himself as a leader of the Tokyo Manji gang. With his strong ideologies, he is able to recruit many new members and even befriend a lot of people who wanted him dead. This shows that he develops not only as a character, but a person in general. We find out that Takamichi's past was how he gained the time-traveling powers that he used to selflessly save his girlfriend and everyone he loves. The flashback shows that Takamichi was always a hero that loses even when young, but he would still do anything to protect people he doesn't even know. This is when Mikey's older brother, who was the previous owner of the power, saw this in Takamichi and entrusted him with the powers because of his righteous actions. The main villain, Kisaki, is the mastermind behind all of the faults that happen within the future. Wanting to solve this problem, Takamichi finds out that he can freely travel through time with his best friend and detective partner Naoto. They both share the same goals and values, making this a very strong friendship within the show. They deduce that the actions of Kisaki is due to his jealousy and envy of Takamichi's life. Even though he was always gifted, the one who he loved, which was Hina, had eyes for Takamichi. Both Takamichi and Kisaki rising through the ranks to beat each other in this realistic game of chess. Takamichi then has to resolve many conflicts between the gangs and then gets beaten up many times, which usually ends up in him solving the problem between the gangs. Takamichi's willpower alone has stopped gang wars. Throughout the show, he constantly redoes his mistakes and never gives up no matter what. He will keep reversing time to save everyone, even if he nearly dies from it. For example, that time when Mikey nearly killed him and he still saved him from dying. I see Takamichi as the truest form of a hero in any show, as a hero's duty is not to hurt others, but to protect people around them. This show really displays the desperation that Takamichi has every time he needs to save someone. His imperative was to save Hina, but his good nature ended up saving many people in the process. I continue to marvel at this misconception of a hero in anime and what it really means. But through this manga, I have found out that it's not through achievements or any valor, but your will to do anything for the others in sacrifice. Takamichi shows no self-preservation when confronted with adversity. People show their true colors when they're backed into a corner, and Takamichi really was the true MVP when it came to his heroic actions. The only thing that was out of order was the ending, as it seemed a little rushed, but it made sense in the end. Overall, I would recommend watching this anime and reading this manga for an entertaining story about a crybaby and his heroic rise to the top of the Tokyo Manji gang. Bye guys.